Okay. Let's see if anybody shows up today. Got stuff running. Looks like things are functioning. The stream is active. Hello, if there's anybody here. How are you guys doing today? I'm ready for this new chapter. It looks like we got a lot of lore and a lot of general information this chapter. And I can't wait to figure out like what exactly we're going to get that expands like the situation. So far we've got just information on this dragon god. I guess it used to be, it used to be a dragon god. It was the weakest one. And Elisari was able to defeat it. Like there's some weird stuff in the chapter about Elisari and those events. Like, I really want to see what Mishima is going to do with this. Also, I want to see the design, even if it's in like a very brief flashback. I just want to see what this dragon looked like and what he was capable of. At the very least, what he looked like. What's up, Ann Bertrand? How are you? You're right. How are you doing today as well? I would really appreciate it if we could get like an image of what this dude, what was pretty much what he looked like. Pretty much, what was his name? Dogra Mug or something. I think that's what like the translations have been saying right now. Yeah, Dogra Mug, the ground dragon god or earth dragon god. I do really like the concept that he just was like after he died, his magic powers created this labyrinth that's been growing continuously. I thought that was a really cool feature just to have tied to like the after effects of a character like that dying, like somebody that powerful. You got no recommendations? That's alright, Power. You're right? Yeah, I'm glad you're doing well. It's a comfortable October. We're actually finally near the end of 2021, so I think I'm looking forward to seeing how this year closes out and to what exactly we're gonna get in the next coming year. I really like that it looks like we're getting a lot of information and a lot of just general like lore and info going into this next situation. But man, I really want to see the Black Dragon Slayer Knights and see what they can do. I really want Mishima just to start showing them. Like, I'd be so happy if we just saw like a short display, not even like a fight. If one of them just does like a random attack in some odd direction, just points in a spot, attacks, like does like a roar, maybe to see how big like the labyrinth is, and just like show an OP thing. Would appreciate it, Mishima. Also thinking about it, how does Suzaku have a dragon roar? I wonder exactly how that works. Like, you're disappointed in Shiki. That's not appropriate there, Nevs. Any season turning up in my country? Oh, the rainy season. Raining's nice though. I like the rainy season. Does it get like really bad, Briette, or something? How's the new cat? All right. My other cats have been trying. My main cat. Well, he's not my main cat. He's my main known one because he's so good at taking pictures. My dude Tartaros has been trying really hard to get that small cat to play with him. But yeah, this chapter definitely has. It has a lot that made me really happy just going into it, and then the ending with like Selene just kind of pulling up and just being like, "Yeah, we got stuff going on," and there was validation for a claim that I've been saying. Like, I feel like it's not something that anyone would really argue, but it's something that I've been putting out there is that Selene at any point can go just grab somebody, just teleport him into the current situation, and there's nothing they could do about it because she's so much more powerful than them. Like Loxus and Gajiel just were, bam, instantly teleported over, and now they're currently in the situation. So I'm hoping, my fingers are crossed, I'm still hoping that Jalal is going to be in it. And one of the reasons I think that Jalal will be involved is the whole fact that Urza invited him to join Fairy Tail, so maybe by the next time we'll see him, he'll be a member, and because of him being in the guild, and then maybe Selene will want to do something specifically to Urza, or she'll just see Jalal in the guild and they grab him. I could maybe get my 5th gen Jalal, especially with these dragon bones now. He could eat those. Eat some of those, Jalal. Gain some power. I need it. I want to see a freaking star dragon slayer, like a celestial dragon slayer. The dragon here that will unleash roar now is just Kyria. Yeah, we just have just Kyria. Wait, did Nibaru? I don't think so. Did he? I have to go back and look. My country became. Wait, my country become. Oh, is it really bad when it rains out there? That sucks, man. It can get pretty bad out here, but like probably not. If it's like yours is like regular bad, it's probably like way more severe of an environment. Bozo Lois is the king of L's. How do you have sun magic and lose to like what 20% Dante or whatever Dante was at the time? Selene's Aurora just to be her coughing up the moon. I would imagine it'd just be like a big thing of moon energy, just like raw moon energy. Just think of how Animus's roar was in Dragon Cry. His was what I would imagine Selene's to be. But Selene's also like just pulling the moon around with her. She's just there. It's the middle of the day. Because before, like she made it night, and then you saw something that looked like a moon. And at Mount Black Moon, there was always a full moon out. Whereas here, the moon is just there. Like she's just pulling this freaking big ass satellite in space around and just bringing it to work while she does her thing. I'm a huge fan of Selene's whole nature right now of being like, well, time to start up a game. Like, she's just having a good time. She's now going to try and get, I would imagine, a form of revenge against the guild that messed with her whole plans in Elentier. Oh, Robert McLennan, thank you for the $5 super chat. What's your predictions on Kyotro and Momo as of now in Mission of the Core? Oh, I would assume that Kyotro, if he doesn't, like, show up soon to this whole confrontation that's about to go down with Momo and Tayo, I don't really know if he would otherwise be involved in this fight. But at the same time, I feel like he's perfectly capable of getting over here. Like, he should be just fine. Like, just blitzing right over in the area and then using his blue beam, hopefully, and do something cool with it. Moon energy? I mean, yeah, moon energy. It's like sun energy. You have solar energy. I don't know if did use Aurora against Swendy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. I don't understand what Spade Royal. If you know already has star magic, then how can this tradition continue like sun magic and moon magic? I think that what they were kind of like going with was not that they only are married because they had sun and moon magic. I think they're saying that they only would really marry somebody with like a unique and exceptional magic to make another like really fancy magic. I think that's what it was more getting at, because it'd be really weird if they were like kind of like trying to breed a shiny, but like in Pokemon, but they're just going for people with like a really cool magic. I have blood pressure issues and feel dizzy when I get on my back, try to sleep. Wish me luck. Well, I hope you the best of luck with your sleep, man. Reading Mashal Weekly is not fun. The pace feels weird. Sometimes it does. Sometimes Mashal definitely has that issue where it'll just like a chapter will just like pretty much nothing will happen. Very little happened this chapter. Like let me pull up the last chapter. The last chapter I think ended with like just the characters like talking and getting kind of like prepped up for something, and then suddenly this dude is just like, yeah, we're in the middle of a fight. Like, we're good. But I don't really know. It's a really weird situation on what exactly they've got, like what's going on right there, because it just jumped to it really fast. I don't really know why it did that. 1 second, I gotta send a text real quick. Okay. But like, I'm definitely enjoying what's going on right now, but it definitely does have a weird pace sometimes. I would definitely agree to that. I need to get stream notification. Yeah, YouTube does that. I thought we'd see more Shura techniques. I kind of thought that too, but I can kind of see why we didn't, because Shura's general fighting style is way more freeformed. It's way more about just kind of like grabbing stuff and throwing it with his gravity, whereas like these other moves are actually like specialized techniques. And it would make sense as like why he doesn't have a ton of techniques, because like I would imagine Shura wasn't out fighting all the time. He probably wasn't in as many situations where he was going to need to invent new techniques and like battle properly with them. Oh yeah, because they were born on the same day. I was reading that, I'm like, what do you mean birthday buddy? Oh yeah, Domina or whatever was born on the same day as he is. You know, it's not inbred. I don't think it works that way. I don't think it was implied the way that you're kind of going with. I just wish Shura and Shiki fight be much longer. I mean, it was fine. Well, you got to keep in mind, it was multiple rounds. It wasn't like they just met up, fought, and then Shiki was Black Sky. They already met up at one point, had a fight, met up again, had a fight. Then Shura left, met back up, had another short tussle. Like, altogether, like, it's a good couple chapters of a match between them. Some people have suggested Izuku would be like Natsu if he was born with a quirk because it'd be pyrokinesis. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, here's the thing. If he had a fire thing at the start and didn't have one for all, then he wouldn't have the physical strength to fight like Natsu. He would be way more of like just like throwing fireballs. He'd be way more like Magna before Magna got his boxing. 1 second, I gotta check something. Okay. You think you want Yuno to lose? I'm alright with that. I kind of like the idea of Yuno kind of pulling out and then Xenon can just continue doing Xenon things, and they can, like, Yuno could come back fully charged up, ready. Maybe he can practice his, like, maybe if they have like a couple hours between the matches, he can practice his star magic and maybe even unlock a new spell. Because he knows how to use magic on a very advanced level. I would assume that he would have, like, he should be able to, I would assume, get new spells, like his early ones, faster. Like, just thinking of, like, kind of like if you were playing a video game and unlocking them with experience. Like, it would probably be way easier for him to, just because he has so much already preset. Or kind of like just general grasp on how magic and the whole system works in Black Clover. So it would probably be way more simplistic for him to get at least the early new spells with his star magic. Dante's chilling. I'm really hoping we see Dante again, though. I want to see Dante. Like, I don't, like, if he's dead, then I just want to know if he's dead. If we can actually see if he's going to continue being a character, I want that too. I just want to actually see Dante participate again in the series, or at least just give a status update. Still Anchor Chrono, which didn't become a thing. It's not yet. You're rushing things, man. You gotta wait. Deku's dad could breathe fire. I mean, yeah. What does Deku's mom do again? She, like, glows. You've been taking L's lately. Yeah, Yuno's been taking a lot of L's lately. On Beheat of Xenon dies. Damn for you to give us his backstory. Yeah, that's why one of the reasons I really am hoping that we, like, the Xenon fight doesn't end here. And that, like, it has, like, it has a stop. It just has an abrupt halt. And then they can finish it in another round where we could get a little bit more of Xenon. So even if he does die, we'll just have another kind of, like, chunk of time with them and maybe a couple more scenes before he actually dies off. What do you want after Spade Arc? I want to explore the continents. I want them to go to other kingdoms. Because it's not like, if they went out to other countries, it's not like they have to just suddenly meet all these new characters who are threats to them. It's like you can just have a ton of more powerful characters from easy logic of, like, the world is just really big and they've been stuck on one continent. It's not like, oh, everybody here is more powerful. It could just be, oh yeah, this is like the top couple people on this entire in this entire other continent, and because of that, they're also, like, got crazy exceptional magic and, like, super other wild stuff. I don't really know. I'm still really hoping that a Supreme Devil, once they come out, escapes. Like, just leaves and goes out to some of the world and goes to cause other havoc out there somewhere. I don't know. Have you watched Jobless Reincarnation? I have not. What do you think Morris is doing? Probably still working on the gate. Probably trying to figure out how to speed up the process even more. The Winka can only lift small things with her quirk. Oh, she has, like, a levitation one. How did they have, like, the most bland... He probably didn't get a quirk because they had the most bland quirks humanly possible. Stars and Stripes is discount freed with his dark extra rules. I don't think so. It's not the same thing. The only thing that really is like, what? You're kind of, like, instilling a rule on something, but they're, like, so fundamentally different. Man. One thing coming up, I really would like to see what Tabata has plans for some of the side characters. Like, the captains, we know the captains are going to have big battles at some point. But, I mean, like, I'm a fan of Rades, but I actually really want to see what, like, the point of bringing Rades was. Because with, like, Seki, I imagine it was, like, the king recommended Seki because he thinks he's strong, and it was, like, more of a because of prior events in the story, got him in a situation where it's like, what's their plan with Radies? Did they have like something like, oh yeah, we're gonna send in this Suicide Squad-esque bunch of criminals, and they have like an other mission? Maybe Radies will go down there and talk to Worth. I don't know. Let me see what else. His quirk was stolen. I mean, it's probably ass. Lucifero gets defeated. Then what do you think the next villain of Black Clover would be? I've says no, Ann. So the whole idea that I would love as like a bigger villain after Lucifero, because like I said, you could have other characters in different countries. Like you could have a character capable of being crazy OP, like Prime Julius or Lick Lumiere. It's just in another country. It's like, oh well, they also have a legendary class character. It would make sense if like out of all the millions and millions of people in well maybe not millions, whatever the numbers are for each country, that you're gonna have some prodigies, some like really OP people. But what I would love is to have that, but like on a world class scale, where you have this super old kind of Merlin-esque wizard, like a very OP classical wizard who can use multiple attributes, who can cast spells way more freely. He essentially wouldn't have to abide by any of like the general magic rules of Black Clover, because he's just so advanced. He's learned how to work around them. Something crazy like that would be super cool for like a final bad guy, especially when you think about like Asta, and then that would be like the logical alternate enemy for ultimate enemy for him is like this super magic being. Just makes sense. I don't know. What's up, Guillotine? How are you doing? Seki's a monster. I mean, like, I like the Seki moves too, but like logically for real though, like what's Seki gonna do? I don't really know exactly what his plan is. Can Team Natsu meet Austin Co in Guiltina if VC goes to other continents? I mean, if they went and they're gone and if they met up, I'd be super down for that. Polygon needs to bully Morris. I don't think he's getting down there. He's outside, like, fighting random devils for some reason. I don't know why he's not inside. Also, just really quick, because we've been going for like a decent chunk of time, I'd really appreciate if anybody that's here, if they could thumbs up the stream, prefer that thumbs up, or friend the like button, subscribe if they haven't. And if you feel like donating any money to me, I would appreciate it. You don't have to, but if you want to throw $1 my way, I would be very happy about it. But anyway, let's get back to some of these comments. Yeah, like I said, what's up, Guillotine? How are you doing, man? Seems Tokyo Avengers stole the attention from Union Zero. I don't know. I only saw like people talk about Tokyo Avengers in small groups. Eden Zero, at least from what I saw, got generally more hype. Oh, that's what Stars and Stripes from her quirk. I mean, I like her design. She's cool. She's got an OP quirk. I was mentioning, like, the worst magic you can really get in Black Clover is, like, plain elemental magic. Nothing crazy about it. You have, like, base water or fire or wind or rock. There's nothing special about your elemental. You don't have any OP spells or any hacks. There's nothing extraordinary about it. That's the worst you can really get. In My Hero, there's guys with like Lego heads. There's like the one dude whose head is just a fucking centipede. Like theirs is so much shittier. Like Paramecia have like fruits that would be shitty to have that are still better than quirks. Quirks are such a gotcha game type of power system. It's like a loot box. You're born, you get one shot though, and then you can either get potentially something really amazing or you're generally gonna get garbage. Yeah, it's a good quirk though. I like her. I didn't expect Selene has 9 tails. Yeah, she's like a kitsune. She's a fox. She's like the whole QB. Yeah, well, the thing is, like, I don't think she's that OP. I don't think she could just erase you from existence. I think that her quirk is OP, but it's not like she could just say, Stars and Stripes, whatever her name is again, make herself like, oh, you are immune to all of Shigaraki's quirks. I don't think that. I don't think that she could just say, like, hey, you don't exist anymore and erase you. Like, she's definitely got an OP quirk, because otherwise, if it was that broken, what would Shigaraki... Like, she would have already beaten Shigaraki. She could just say anything time stops or something. All four and Tamora are going to merge into one new enemy. It's getting weird with that. I'm kind of confused. Not like entirely, but it's like, what is Horikoshi planning to do with that? Like, is Shigaraki done? Is he about to be a meat puppet? Works similar to Zagrid? No. I mean, she's doing it specifically on targets, and there's like way more limitations. And on top of that, it's more of like, it's more of kind of like Fried's runes in a sense of how exactly it works. It's like instilling a special, like, certain command onto an object. Anything that she's messing with. Zagrid's is different because Zagrid is essentially just creating things with words. He's like saying sword of storms. He's creating swords both in magic and like actual matter. My top 10 heroes announced are Japanese heroes. Wasn't that just in Japan? Because Stars and Stripes, Hawks isn't beating Stars and Stripes. Endeavor's not beating Stars and Stripes. Stars and Stripes will beat the shit out of any of them. And like logically, she could potentially act like full All Might. If she does that thing where she can just, she doesn't even have to have like a full fight. She just has to immediately at the start of a fight, grab him, say his name, and then do the whole like, oh, your heart will stop if you, if you move anymore. She's got an OP like turn ender. What do you think will Toku and Toya's reactions be? B to being defied? I don't know. I don't think they'd care. It's kind of weird to have Team Natsu leave the rest of the fairy tale to continue the quest, only for Gajalak to show up 2 chapters later. Well, you have to understand the context, though. From their standpoint, they couldn't take people with them because they're not contracted to the quest. They aren't here from any accord of their own. They're purely pulled over because of Selene. This has nothing to do with the 100 Years Quest. These are Selene's antics. This is what Selene wants to do. Selene can pull anybody over that she can even think of. Anybody that's alive. If she can probably figure out where they are and just teleport to them. But it's entirely like a difference of the context of the story. Because it's not like, oh, we had this goodbye about him, and then it was like, Natsu's like, oh, I brought them anyway. It's like, no, that's not what happened. That's not what went down. What's your prediction of Yuno since she slipped out of Lagoon's bottle? She's probably going to kill Shura, or just at least die with Shura. I all smoked all for 1 pack. Yeah, it happens. Can Tenko Shimura beat my boy Bakugo? Yeah, probably. Chris Ayers passed away. Yeah, I saw that. How old is he? The fusion's over. Both Tamora and All for One will cease to be. Like fusion Dragon Ball. They're gonna have like a merged super person. Can Wendy use her Milky Way to speak to the dead dragon god and ask for a That's true. That's actually a really good call. That's true, because logically, if he's this powerful, like his soul should be there. I might have to mention that in my video, Nevs. That's actually very true. Godjill and Loxus just fight Diablos was something that makes Godjill and Loxus fall in the Years Quest. Well, no, it's not that they're involved in the 100 Years Quest, because the 6th Dragon God isn't involved in the 100 Years Quest. This is a side mission. This is something that Selene is controlling right now. Selene has decided this is what's going to happen instead, and she's pulled Loxus and Godjill into the fray to participate in the events of what's going on right now in the story. We see Sting and Rogue show up next. Maybe. Mishima did say that Sting, Rogue, and Gildarts were going to show up at some point in the 100 Years Quest. And I did a video on that. I think it was more for Drasteel specifically, but I mentioned if it does happen that way of Gildarts being the one to pretty much get them on board with 100 Years Quest, but also Sting and Rogue being able to find them because of their sense of smells. Against Viernes, I mean that'd be cool. I want to see Viernes too. I'm pretty sure you are, Nevs. Like you guys are the only ones that speak the way you do. It needs Milky Way as long as the soul is strong. Yeah, but this is a powerful dragon, and he's only been dead for 100 years. while Zirconis and Atlas Flame's souls were around for 400 years. Sun and Moon Magic? It would depend on what they do. Like, what's Moon Magic do? I'd assume Sun Magic is just going to kind of be like Escanor's, where he's going to shoot, like, big heat beams and stuff. Gildart's totally going to die. I think so. If Gildart shows up, I've definitely thought he was going to die. Because, one, so I do think that, like, a long period with no character death can definitely feel a little weird. But, like, the 100 Years quest has been a lot more, like, aggressive in a lot of the openings that some of the characters have been in. And logically speaking, if Mishima wanted to kill off a character from the main cast side of things, it can't be Makarov. Like, especially now, especially after, like, Alvarez and, like, times where Makarov was, like, set to die, but, like, due to circumstances, like, getting healed, or Mavis and Zara fixing him after Alvarez. He should just die old and comfortable. Like, Makarov absolutely should go out that way, whereas Gildart's, I feel like, is the logical next step, because it can't be Loxus. Loxus is going to be the next guild master. Loxus has to be the next guild master. There's no way he's going to die. I don't think that whatsoever. I wonder if Yuno could eventually absorb the stars like Yuno absorbs Belt via Spirit Knives. I don't know about that. That'd be a little weird. Is he going to fly into space? What would be great? Death battle matches for Davi Togo. Wait, I don't know. That's a lot of people. Sun magic, you like laser beams and satellite attacks. I like there's like general heat rays. Moon be like healing and restoration. Just gonna put her on support. Moon could do some cool stuff, like at Selene. I know who you are. I can't remember what your name was when I called you Nevs. It was like some super long name. Either way, man. We should be getting Black Clover spoilers sometime tomorrow, I would assume. Probably tomorrow evening, just like the normal Wednesday. Because there is a chapter this week. I think it's My Hero that's on break this week, I believe. Because I know that one of like the like regular 3 that I think about like going on break and Shonen Jump. Well, not on break, but like the ones I would first think about. One Piece, because Oda goes on break a decent amount because of his health. Horikoshi sometimes too, and then occasionally Tabata. And I know there's a One Piece chapter this week. The One Piece chapter, oh man, I read the spoilers. That one looks boring. That was that chapter, at least from what the text spoilers. I won't spoil anybody. But that chapter looked very boring. I was not interested in any of that. I was just like, okay, yeah, cool. Let's get on to the next thing. Let me see real quick. I think My Hero's on break this week. Yeah, it is. So yeah, we'll definitely get a new chapter in this one. Brandon Race 2 tracks of Kamala Khan versus Deku and Toga v Neapolitan. What? I don't know for Deku what I'm thinking Damian Wayne. I don't know about that. Deku should clap Damian. Some people really want Yuno to use some star magic like Grand Chariot's old magic. That'd be sweet. I would love to see Yuno do something like Grand Chariot. Do some giant, just this giant set of beams. I would like to see the next My Hero chapter. I think the cliffhanger from this last one is actually really interesting. I thought it was cool. I want to see what exactly Horikoshi's planning to do with this character, and like what exactly he's going to, like, where does he plan to move the fused versions of them together? Like, it's a really weird one right now. One second. Okay. Let's see. You went for Damien versus Toga. Oh, that one? Oh, Damien clapped Toga. Damien claps Toga so quick. Like, Deku just has, like, the OP set of, like, extra superpowers and, you know, obviously super strength. He claps Toga up so quick. Toga can't fight. She's got a box cutter. What exactly is she going to do to Damian Wayne? Damien's gonna fuck her up so bad. Like that is the son of Bruce Wayne, trained by Ra's al Ghul. He's going to run numbers. Will I start covering My Hero? Probably not. Like I read My Hero the same way as like I read One Piece. Like I enjoy it to a degree, but it's not like it doesn't get me as hyped as much as I like Black Clover. And like I just don't like the characters as much. I enjoy it, but it's like I don't like enough to really talk too much about it. Brandish silver magic to Makarov's. No, Makarov's is giant magic. Makarov's enlarging his own magic. Brandish is size manipulation of things. How do you describe the strengths and weaknesses of the main trio of Black Clover? I mean, with Yuno, it was definitely not seeing him enough. And I think that is because out of the other ones, Yuno's the only rival that's not like pretty much set on the main character's team. Like Gray is in the main Fairy Tail team. Sasuke was in Team 7 with like Hiei's on the same team as Yusuke. You know, Oryu and Bleach, like he's in the same group. Vegeta's with Goku all the time. Whereas because Yuno is in the Golden Dawn, we haven't seen we didn't see Yuno nearly as much as like when we got to like the 200s, like when you started to get into like some crazier stuff. We hadn't seen a lot of Yuno. Well, I guess Elf Resurrection, like 150s. Kind of like how Yuji felt for a bit in Jujutsu Kaisen. Like he just wasn't around as much as you'd think for a main character. But we didn't get a lot of Yuno before the Elf arc. And I know like right before that was the Royal Magic Knights exam. But think about what was before that? Right before that, it was the Witch's Forest. Yuno wasn't in that. There's a small bit between Witch's Forest and the Sea Temple, but Sea Temple, wasn't there for that. Like it's like also the cave when the Eye of the Midnight Sun like confronted everybody. Like you had Yami and Patri fight. Wasn't there for that. There's a lot of chunks that he wasn't there for, but like obviously we've been getting a lot of Yuno lately, which is good. Noelle, I don't have any problems with Noelle. I like Noelle, and I like Asta too. I feel like with Asta, maybe Asta's biggest weakness as like a character. As a character, probably like he doesn't have I don't think he has the full battle experience to be like in a real war situation. Like he can fight, but I mean like mentally, I feel like Asta is still not like he's not as seasoned as someone like I say like Yami who was going out to fight all the time. Like all the like the upper people that would go into like battles to fight the Spade and the Diamond Kingdom and stuff. Is that when Toga destroy Miss Marvel? Like the Kamala Khan one? Yeah, she sucks. After Yuno defeated Xenon, some time. Couple chapters, do you think that Morris will find a way to open the gate? Yes, I do, and I hope he gets to it soon. Macron and Hades both used very long Grimoire on each other. Would it be a double suicide? I don't think it would have been a double suicide. I think it would have just fucked up a lot of their own team. I think a lot of the people below them would just be really heavily damaged. You should think he got into illegal underground fights for money. Megumi was there too. Megumi is a wild dude as well. I don't know what you mean. Personally, after My Hero, Suicide Squad, spin-off Toga, Shimura, Talia, Spinner being villains managed by Eraser, even funnier on my. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Sure, hopefully the future arcs we get to see more I would like to get some more general content. Like I said, I've been happy about what we've been seeing from in the last couple chunk of chapters, and I think part of it just kind of felt weird. Like Josuke's mentioned a good amount, like this was a arc, and there's a good chunk of time we didn't really see much of and I feel like Tabata could have really fixed that up a little bit if when went into Boreas, like he pulled out the Boreas halberd, if we had a little bit more of before that form happened, like if we just had a general fight where he's just using wind magic and trying to set up some attacks or something, and maybe just saw a little bit of Yuna's character, because like once we got into the Spade, he just kind of used that really quick, and then it went to the other fights. Which can more credit his character. Begun to love during this arc. Yeah, he's a good character. I like hopefully in the future we can see more I agree. Wouldn't Ghetto hating non-cursed humans be similar to how Practically seemed to hate non-magic humans because when he became Hades. Yeah, he's got some like Hitler-esque mind. Those are some bad dudes, my guy. Those are both deep criminals. I gotta charge my headphones. I keep turning off. I'll have to remember to leave them on the charger after the stream. Anyway, I just really want the chapter translations again. I just want to read the chapter and then figure out exactly everything I want it to generally kind of just talk about. I'm definitely gonna mention the whole like Wendy using Milky Way and like calling back Dogramug and just trying to talk to him. Hey man, what happened? How did you die? Oh yeah, wait, no, they said it in the chapter. It was Eleftheria. Either way, I would love to see exactly like what he would like what exactly he'd have to say. Like, yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck that short dude. He killed me. Thoughts on Culling game so far? It's alright so far. I know it's like barely into it, so I can't really say for sure. But I have enjoyed it as it's begun. What kind of opponent do you want Gray to fight next? Scoleon's. Logically, he's going to want to get his revenge on Scoleon. Running a villain Deku fic and wondering how you think Chinese triads would be interesting antagonists. That'd be pretty neat. I don't think there's anything like that in the series currently. The one thing I really want to also find out is more about Eleftheria's dragon slate magic. Because they say like he said the law dragon slate magic is kind of like Crawford's super archive, but better. So it's like he just knows things. Like, how does he access information? I really want to know what exactly, like how it works. Like how are the variables in that magic kind of like really set up? Let's see. I hope Natsu Suzuka's rematch has Luffy versus Katakuri vibes. That'd be pretty sick. I like almost bit my tongue and I caught myself last second right when I was saying that. Yeah, that would be pretty sick. I don't know if it's gonna be Natsu though, because I feel like Urza is Urza is also a logical opponent, but I don't really know if she can fight him. I know a lot of people are thinking like Urza and Misaki, which would make sense too, because Urza is definitely more powerful than Kiria. I saw somebody say like Kiria versus Lucy. And if Mishima wanted to do that, that'd be such a wild fight to put on Lucy to overcome Kiria. Cause it's not that I don't think Lucy is like powerful enough to like fight an opponent like that. It's like she's still a summoner at the end of the day, and she's up against a super offensive Dragon Slayer. Like a very offensive, like constantly showing up trying to attack you Dragon Slayer. Michio's her family father is a clone of the first head, or once we the first head. Want to be more in the first. He's a clone. Not to be a downer or anything. I just thought. Wait. Look. If any more Funimation voice actors died, try to show as much respect as possible. I think everybody's been pretty nice about it. For Fractal Dragon Slayers with Force Diablos Black Knight Dragon Slayers. Yes. Well, this thing about the Black Knight Dragon Slayers is like there's 4 of them. You also have to keep in mind Scoleon, Madmol, and Kiria are also there. I assume this is the whole of Diablos. I can really only think of like if Mishima wants to add like a secret Blue Note type boss that's also amongst them. I don't really know. I feel like at this point it's like Mishima might as well just have Selene instead bring out her sons. That would make sense. So that actually really cool to put like one of her sons as like an antagonist. Maybe takes a human form. Urusha fights the woman of the opposing guild, so it's sort of a... I mean, yeah, but she also fights people with swords. Like, she is a swordswoman. But she's also fought guys before. Look at Azuma. Look at Midnight. Look at Arya. Like, she does also fights dudes. Like, right now, I really just want to get, like, a really set amount of bit of the lore information that's given out. I'm really just waiting for Kodansha to like put out their own simul release so I can get 100 Years Quest chapters, and I'll just pay for a subscription, and they can just give me the like same day translation, same way Shonen Jump does, and I could not have to worry as much about like waiting for translations, but also I could have officials. I expect Sting and Rogue, so Rogue can eat his opponent that way. I don't think it would work. I personally think that only really works with if you're eating the element of a Dragon Slayer who has a Lacrima. Because every time we've ever seen one of those hybrid forms, it's from somebody eating their attribute from a Dragon Lacrima user. Especially out of the ones that we've seen also stay from Natsu eating other various elements, not like other types of elements or even other fires, specifically other dragon fires. Who's more loyal, Lucy Spirits or Atem's Dark Magician? Oh, Dark Magician. Atem and Mahad. Dude, Mahad just said, well, I'm just going to become an extremely powerful spirit and watch over my pharaoh through every lifetime and just live protecting him and doing my job. That's a loyal dude. Has Dark Trideware and Fairy Tail, what guild would you put them in and how strong would you like them to be? Well, I assume they would be in Tartaros. Logically speaking, where you would set them is they would be in Tartaros, and they would be artificial demons that were made in their laboratory, and then just kind of put them like with the 9 demon gates or something. I actually think Toga would be as a hero terrible. She just shapeshift and stab people. I think there's enough info to where Draken Joe or Nero would win a fight. Oh, like Draken Joe versus Nero? I'd give it to Draken Joe. Draken Joe is just has a better ability. Like, the whole Emperor dice are clearly good, but, like, Draken Joe, I think, would just outsmart him. I think he would just do a bunch of crazy alchemy stuff and have more of a set, strategized plan on exactly how he was going to beat Nero. What do you think of the Dragon Slayer Knights debut? I like them. I mentioned that in a review. I thought I thought all 3 of them were really cool. I really want to see Kieran and like what exactly his attribute is. I was just thinking of like if the color on his set is like yellow and black, and with the spots, maybe he could be a Radiation Dragon Slayer machine. He can give it to me. I need him to give me a Radiation Dragon Slayer so bad. Mahad on some Kabuto approach tomorrow level of simping. I don't know about simping. I want to see a second gate. We'll save Xenon. I don't know if he's going to get stronger from the next gate opening. I don't know. It'd be really weird because it's like, well, then are we just going to keep the Dark Triad around forever and keep opening gates? I think Scully Madden when Kira will fight Grey, Urza, and Lucy. I could see that. Well, no, not Kyria and Urza. We know that Kyria is weaker than Urza. She caught Urza with her hypnosis. She got she got low diffed by Loxus, whereas like Urza almost beat Loxus, so clearly Urza is stronger than Kyria. Oh no, Shura is gonna die. Shura's absolutely gonna die. Why not a Blood Dragon Slayer? I'll take that too. Well, we have to. Well, I was gonna say we have to keep on what their color is. Probably ties to it, but it's like no, not really. Suzaku's a sword. It's got a sword, so he's a sword saint dragon slaying wizard. Ooh, you know what'd be really cool for Haku is if he was sound. I want to do a video just kind of guessing what their attributes are, just do a short one. And I think a sound one would be really cool for Haku. Maybe that's why he's got the bells. Maybe? Wouldn't that be cool? I bet a lot of people that'd be really sick. Like what would I wonder how that would work. Like what exactly Mishima would do with the Sound Dragon Slayer. It would be pretty sick though, I would assume. Kira's getting raw Lucci vibes. Is it the hat? Probably the hat. Laxus will win. No, Laxus can't take them. Laxus should logically lose to Haku. Like he shouldn't be able to beat any of them. All of them are on level with Suzaku, and Suzaku beat human form Selene. Laxus can't handle that. Loxus can absolutely not handle Selene, human form Selene. At least so, unless Loxus has gotten way more powerful and is going to reveal something crazy next time we see him. He cannot take any of these guys 1v1. That's why I'm a little bit hesitant, because, like, we could set up opponents, but the only person in the main cast that can logically 1v1 one of these guys is Natsu. Like, because Natsu has Dragon Force. Maybe Gray, but I don't really see... I just don't really see the other guys doing it. Because Gray has, like, the potential to, you know, advance his devil form and maybe get, like, way more powerful. Since he's, like, he's, logically speaking, going to have, like, a one-on-one fight at some point up and coming, I would assume. It's going on to be okay with. I like the idea for him as well with that. But it's like, the other ones, I don't really see how the characters are going to fight them. I don't think we're going to be getting 1v1s. Because like I said, like, who else can 1v1 a, like, Suzaku? Natsu lost to Suzaku in base. He's got other forms, but logically, because of that, he's one of the only ones that should be able to fight him, especially after we saw, like, his match against Alderaan. Right, Sting spawns. I mean, Haku should logically be able to beat Sting. Asta was a dragon in Fairy Tail. What was magic would you give him? Muscular dragon magic, or sound dragon magic. Let him yell. I miss the old yelling Asta. I thought Selene let Suzaku in. Yes, but she said that he was stronger than her human form, but she just didn't turn into a dragon because she was letting him win. Yeah. Natsu needs to awaken Fire Dragon Overlord mode. I don't think that's going to be the name of it. That seems like it's not tied to anything. I mean, I would assume it would have more to do with, like, Purgatory. His last two new techniques have been about Purgatory. Just makes the most sense to me, I guess. Protein Dragon Magic. That'd be... I want it to be, like, just Muscle Dragon Magic or Body Dragon Magic. Give him some Dante type thing. Haku's White Tiger, Sting is White Slayer, and his guild is a tiger. I call it the fight. I mean, I get that bit, but I just feel like Wendy going up against Haku is, like, the most logical thing. There might be some group matchups, but I don't know. I feel like this is Wendy's opportunity to have, like, a young enemy and, like, a little rival. And it's just like he doesn't seem malefic, so I would assume they could actually, like, talk before fighting. How would Monozone go with Star Magic? I don't know. It just moves it around more, shoots beams around, I guess. I don't really know what Yuno would really, like, have different if he used Monozone with Star Magic, because his stars are already moving all over the place. He's already shooting beams from all these different directions. You watch Tact OP Destiny? No, I don't know what that is. But yes. No, I have no idea what that is. Apparently 3 episodes are earning... Dude, what are you talking about, though? What's Tact OP? I have no idea what you mean. Gildart's gonna clap Kieran. I don't think Gildart's can. Like, these guys are just too powerful. Well, oh no, those aren't leopard pants. They're giraffe. Because the Kieran also, like, translates to, like, a type of giraffe. And, you know, going with his name and then one of the 4 deities. And it looks like Mishima's going with yellow instead of black, so he's not called the Black Dragon. Just my guess. Create Infinite is able to absorb his ice and add demon slaying attributes to it, and then it's available when they want against. Friggin', I don't know what you're talking about. To me, at least. Must be talking to somebody. Practice the Madhouse Mappa collab? No, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen anything about that. I didn't have a ton to say for tonight, unfortunately, because like a lot of the chapter is information, and without like full translations, it's hard to really talk about any of the events. Whereas like once I get to my actual chapter review, I would have a lot to go over. Especially like some of the new information we have on dragons like magic. Like apparently once you become a dragon, you don't need your heart. Your other organs can just kind of like tag in for it. Yeah, he can beat Laxus. Logically, he can beat Laxus. I would love a Heavenly Body Dragon Slayer. Some form of Star Dragon for Jalal. I need it. And also, just because we're going again, I'd really appreciate it. With everyone here, we got 24 people watching. If you guys could, thumbs up the stream, thumbs up the video, befriend, the like button, subscribe button. If you know, like I said, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and donate if you feel like it. Not you don't. Nobody's got to, but if you want to chuck $1, well, I'd appreciate it. I wish I miss our guy Yami. I do miss Yami. I wish Yami would get out and just leave William there. Since you just discount Jalal. I don't know about discount Jalal. What's with this slander? And then Oranometry. Jalal doesn't use Oranometry. That's one of Lucy's spells. Go with their character fairy told become second generation dragon slayers. Oh, no thank you. No, we don't need that. We could maybe get like a next generation thing where maybe like a character is a second gen dragon slayer. But I don't think we need any more right now. Like any dragon slayers join the guild, they better be refugees from Diablos. But anyway, I'm gonna call it here. We're gonna call it good, and I'm going to hopefully get the chapter review out soon. I'm just waiting for the actual chapter. Like I said, I didn't have it done to talk about because it looks like it's all in. It's just all in the waiting of the translation, so I can figure out like where to fit all the pieces together and then hype up Selene. Anyway, other than that though, I'll talk to you guys later. Sorry for the short stream today. We'll have a longer stream later this week, and then hopefully get more set. I'm probably gonna play that game again, play my Half-Life Black Mesa next time I do it on either Friday or Saturday. But anyway, other than that though, you guys have a good one.